Welcome back to the second part of setting up Runcloud server. In this second part, we're gonna go through the setting up your first web application. We're gonna go through how we can set up the DNS records with SSL certificate, and also we're gonna cover how we can connect it via FTP. If you didn't watch the part 1, feel free to watch it, and you will see how you can add your server to the Runcloud and also how you can add the system user that you can use for your web application. Now we are here in our main dashboard or our training server, and we want to deploy our WordPress application. So we click this button, create web application, and here is already selected a WordPress. We're gonna name it training, and we add our system user that we added in the part 1. For the domain, we're gonna use any domain you want to use with your website. For me is my training domain, Webnestify.uk, and we can enable www, and here you can select the preferred domain version. That means www will be always redirected to the root domain without www, which is always preferred way. For the DNS integration, we have two options. We have one option with the integration for Cloudflare, and this is only meant for the business user of Runcloud, where it will automatically edit all the DNS records for the Cloudflare, and also it will add the DNS certificate. So for this, we're gonna set up everything manually. Here, we want to copy our IP address of the server, and we want to move to the DNS Registrar, which is Cloudflare. Here we wanna add our first record. Type is gonna be A. It's gonna be name is gonna be for the root, and we're gonna paste our IP address. And make sure we turn off the proxy status, because it can cause issues with the SSL certificate, because we don't have the DNS integration unless we have the business plan. And we're gonna add our second CNAME record for the www. It's gonna be type CNAME, name is gonna be www, and the target is gonna be our root, and also proxy status off. Alright, now we have our DNS records. We can move back to the Runcloud. And here in the SSL TLS, make sure to select the basic one, unless you have a business package for the Runcloud. For the WordPress title, we're gonna name it training. We're gonna add our training user. For the password, I'm gonna generate strong and complicated password, as usual. For the admin email, you want to add your administrative email that you want to use with a WordPress site. So for me is wp-websites@webnestify.cloud. For WordPress canvas, it is only meant for the business user, and we're not going to cover it in this episode, but we will cover it in the future one. And here you can select if you want to have a multi-site on the subdomain or subdirectory, but we're gonna proceed with a standard installation for this. Lightspeed cache, you can leave it enabled. Now here comes the really fun part with the database. What I'm usually doing with the database, I always add my own values for the security purposes and the best practices, and I will gonna show you how I'm doing the things. So for database user, I'm usually using the first characters of the username, which is TN and underscore, and I'm gonna generate some random strings for the security purposes. For this, you just click the generate password, and you wanna deselect the symbol, because symbols can cause issues with the database. And for this, we can keep our length to 8, and we're gonna generate our random strings. And we're gonna copy this and close this with the cancel button. And we're gonna paste it after the underscore. The database password, you always want to generate the default one, or you can select more, but I'm using 32 characters, which has everything and is strong and complicated. For the database name, is like the same with the database user. I'm usually naming the first characters of the website, so you can find the database in the management system, and if you wanna back up your database externally. So for this case is a training website, so it's TN and underscore. And again, I'm gonna deselect the symbols, and for this I can keep the length up to 10. And we're gonna we're gonna generate our random strings, and we're gonna copy and cancel again. For the table prefixes, many of you are probably changing the table prefixes in the live website via plugin, and that is really not recommended way, because it can cause many issues with the plugins, with the database entries and other things. So the table prefix should be only changed before you create your WordPress website. So every database entry is gonna be directly under this prefix. And also for this prefix, we're gonna use our password generator. And for the prefix, we're gonna keep the length up to 6 characters, and we're gonna regenerate our string. We're gonna copy it and cancel. And here we can paste our table prefix. For the PHP version, it is completely up to you, but I'm always using the latest and greatest PHP version, and I never had any issues with the PHP 8.1, so we can ignore this message, because almost every plugin is now compatible with PHP 8.1. And when we have everything ready, we can deploy our training WordPress site. As you can see, it is almost instant. And now we want to change a couple of things in the general settings in the left menu. So we go to the general settings. And here we want to make sure our website is on HTTPS to prevent mixed content errors. And we're gonna save the details. And when we move to the SSL TLS, we're gonna use TLS basic. We're gonna use let's encrypt. Authorization method, we're gonna use HTTP, but if you have a business package, you can use DNS validation for the SSL certificate. And here you want to select HSTS and the server-side redirection and click deploy SSL. As you can see, our SSL is starting up, and sometimes it can take up to 5 minutes, but from my experience it is almost instant. So let me refresh this page, and we should see our SSL certificate already. As we can see, it is valid through November, so everything is fine here, and we can check our front end. We go back to dashboard. Let me open the website. Our website is ready and our certificate is already in, so we can move to the FTP part of this video. So for the FTP, we are using FileZilla, which can be downloaded for the Windows, Linux, or Mac users. So it is really platform agnostic. So we need to copy this IP address of our web server, and let me switch back to the FileZilla window. Now when you are in your FileZilla, you can open the site manager by clicking this button in the left upper corner. As you can see, we already have my training site, and I will show you how you can edit. Okay, so you're gonna click the new site. we want to select SFTP, which is a secure FTP connection with SSL. In the host, you paste the IP address of the server, and the port we will choose is 22. For the user, you want to add your user that you created with the web application and the password you created with that user. And we can click connect. I'll probably enter my password wrong, so let me go back to the site manager and now it should be okay. Yes. And the first when you connect, you will get the message that you want to trust this connection, so you're gonna select yes. Now when we are here in our server directory in FTP, your web application is gonna be in this folder, WebApps. You click this, and here you can see we have our WordPress training site with all the files. So you are free to upload any files or edit configs if needed. It is pretty easy and straightforward working with FileZilla. So to wrap things up, in this part 2, we created our web application, we added the necessary DNS record in our registrar, we deploy our SSL certificate, and also you have now connection to the server via SFTP. If you had any issues or any comments, feel free to leave down below, and I will be more than happy to answer all of your questions or solve your issues. In the part 3 of the Runcloud series, we're gonna covering the staging features for the WordPress. I will be covering also the cloning features, and lastly we're gonna take a look on the backup features of your WordPress. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you, and yeah, see you soon in another part of this video. Bye bye.